What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Submission Script. We got a lot of stuff to cover today. We're going to go ahead and go over some news. All right, man. So let's cover one of the interesting stories of the weekend. We know that some stuff got leaked for 306.
Yeah,
right?
306.
306.
Mexican Independence Day card.
Mexican Independence Day card. Okay. So we're definitely going to go over that. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and cover some of the other stories that we saw in the news for MMA news. Okay. All right, man. So one of the things that came out this weekend was that Conor McGregor has basically confirmed that he is going to be fighting in 2024. He sent a tweet out and to Chandler saying that the fight is on for 2024. Did you hear about that?
I think I heard something about them trying to fight in December.
In December?
I think so. Yeah.
All right on. So what are your thoughts on it going down this year? Are you excited about it?
Nobody knows if it's going down this year. Not even McGregor.
McGregor.
Let's keep it real.
So
nobody knows.
So this could just be marketing for him, or really to mess with Chandler to get him.
He could just be bullying Chandler. That's something he would definitely do.
I do think that he's interested in the money though. So
he doesn't need the money from the UFC.
You're right. He did do that movie recently, so
he's just gonna go do a couple more of those if he really wants just money.
All right, man. So moving on, I got another article that I want you to comment on. I think everybody knows now. Everybody's heard that John Jones has some charges against him over the weekend. Did you hear about that?
Oh yeah,
He did. So what was the story on that?
Apparently, like not DEA, USADA agent was coming over to drug test him. There was an altercation, but that's just John Jones. There's always some crime going on. If there's not like a John Jones crime going on in the year, something even worse will probably happen.
Man, it seems so convenient, bro, that it's just right before his big fights that something big happens now. I know obviously he didn't plan for everything to go down, but man, it just sure seems convenient, doesn't it?
Oh, are you saying he's like trying to duck?
Well, I don't know if he's trying to duck, but I mean,
he is.
I don't know if it's the universe. Yeah, I don't know if it's a universe or what, man.
Oh, it's just John Jones. He just does that stuff.
All right, so he could possibly be facing some jail time.
I think they said it was less than a year at maximum.
Right. All right. So wasn't he scheduled for it was in November, right?
Yeah, I think 309.
Right. So what do you think is going to happen? You think he's going to go to jail, or how does this play into the John Jones saga?
I don't think he goes to jail. He's done a lot, but never actually had a jail sentence yet.
Right.
I don't think so, at least.
All right, cool. So we might still be good on the John Jones and Stipe fight.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, looking forward to that. All right, so in other news, it looks like Dustin Poirier over the weekend had some podcasts, and he said he's actually kind of considering a couple of fights that he might go back for. What are some of the names that you heard?
Oh, yeah, I think he was talking about Nate Diaz. We already went over Volkan Gaethje, Colby, and Max Holloway.
Okay. Nate Diaz, and I got another topic on Nate Diaz I'm going to cover in just a second, too. But what do you think about a Nate Diaz-Poirier fight?
What do I think it's going to happen, or
what? You think it's going to happen?
No, it's not happening.
No. So basically, Poirier was saying that he had set up the fight between him and Dana White and Nate Diaz, and that basically Nate Diaz just kept trying to ask for more money, and Dana White had some beef with Diaz, and the deal wouldn't go down. Did you hear about that?
I'll have to look in, because I think they actually did plan it, and one of them pulled out. But if that's the case, good job, Nate Diaz. Good job, Nate Diaz. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, right on. All right. So he also said Colby Covington. What do you think about that fight?
Oh, yeah. They've always had beef. They used to go to the same gym. Colby apparently doesn't want to fight anybody right now, it looks like. So that's probably not happening. But if they did fight, I'd like to say that Poirier would probably win. Colby, he's a wrestler, and Poirier just went almost 5 rounds with the most dangerous wrestler in the UFC right now.
What do you think? Do you think it's possible that he can go after Conor McGregor at some point?
No. Conor, if he does come back, he's taking a favorable matchup, and obviously, Poirier is not a good matchup for him.
Right. I think Conor is gonna, if he does come back and with any length of time, more than just one fight, I think he's going to be trying to focus on getting his reputation back as the best pound for pound.
Yeah, he wants a highlight reel win first. Then he'll take on some challenges, maybe.
All right. Speaking of Nate Diaz, so it turns out Nate Diaz is going to be filing a lawsuit against the company that he fought that boxing match with Masvidal. Did you hear about that article?
No, I didn't pay attention to that fight really. It was just two guys kind of out of the prime.
Well, apparently, from what Nate Diaz is saying, is that the company didn't give him his $10 million paycheck, and so he's going to be taking them to court. Now, the company actually made a statement and said that that they went ahead and gave him a 7-figure salary for it or a payout for it. But yeah, he wanted $10 million, and they're saying that he's saying that they didn't pay him. So we'll have to see what happens with that one with Nate Diaz. It seems like the thing with Nate Diaz, man, it seems like he kind of gets into some drama, bro. Like he can kind of mix up some stuff.
Oh yeah, you're just scratching the surface.
Just scratching the surface.
We'll fight guys before the fight starts. His entourage, be cool.
Okay, right on, man. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the reason why we're here, man. Let's do it. All right, looks like a Canadian French broadcasting company leaked over the weekend during that fight night that 306 might have a couple of fights on it that
the main event,
and co-main event. Some of the details on those. What do you got for us, man? What do you see on that?
Yeah, they said that the main event was Ilia Topuria versus Max Holloway, and the co-main event is Sean O'Malley versus Merab Dvalishvili. If that's the case, this is going to be one of the best cards of the year. For 306, it would be awesome if we had both of those on there. Dana is saying that this is going to be the biggest event ever. He's hiring all these people with Oscars, Emmys, and Grammys.
$17 million, I think you said.
Yeah, $17 million budget for the production. And I mean, come on now, you can't spend $17 million and have it just be Grasso defending against some random person.
Right, yep.
But it does make sense. I don't think anything has been said about 307 yet. I was wondering what could they do with that. But either way, I think this still has the potential to be one of the best cards of the year.
Yeah, I remember you saying in one of the previous podcasts that we did that Corey Sandhagen was most likely to beat Sean O'Malley. But we got Sean O'Malley versus Merab. So who do you think would win? Why? How's it go down?
Well, Merab's definitely earned his title shot, but he doesn't have the right style to beat him. I think he has a 37% takedown accuracy. He's shooting constantly. And I think if O'Malley's able to land that knee he landed against Cheeto on him, it should be over. And O'Malley, he has good takedown defense already. I think this is going to be a highlight reel moment for O'Malley.
Right. What's Merab's speed like? Because I know that Sean O'Malley is very quick and get around the octagon pretty well. Can Merab stay away from him? Can he evade? If they both stay on their feet, can Merab basically stay away from Sean?
He's not going to want to keep distance from Sean. Sean's a good couple inches taller than him. If he's trying to stay away from him, he's just going to get tagged up the whole fight.
Yeah, I got you. No reason to run, because then how are you going to get to him?
Yeah, the only way he wins is just holding O'Malley down.
All right, so it doesn't look like the entire night is built.
Oh, not even close yet.
Okay, so what are some of the other fights that you'd like to see?
Well, I'll start off with two prelim ones. Two stars I think the UFC is going to try and grow soon. We got Gene Silva. I think he should fight Josh Emmett. I would get him in the rankings at featherweight. And I think this would be easy for Gene Silva. Josh Emmett is essentially just smaller Drew Dober, and we saw how he did him on that fight night.
Yeah, and just for the record, he and I, we dispute on whether it's Gene Silva or John Silva.
Oh, yeah.
So you'll hear it go both ways.
Spelled Gene, come on.
It's spelled Gene, but
they pronounce it John, so I understand, yeah.
Right. So give me just a quick, I know Gene Silva is coming up in the ranks, and we did our prediction last time. I chose against him.
Oh yeah, we both chose against him, and he proved us wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good fight though.
Oh, it was the best fight of the night.
Yeah. Did they actually win?
Oh yeah, they won fight of the night.
They won fight of the night? Okay, awesome. So tell me what you think about Jean coming up against Josh, as far as, do you think that what are we going to see physically in the ring that night? Because I know he's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve. He seems to be fairly accurate. And he's actually a pretty entertaining fighter to watch.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So how does the actual fight play out, do you think, between the two of those?
Well, Josh Emmett, I don't think we've gone over him too much yet, but he's 5'6". He's probably the most powerful guy in the division. Well, ranked right now, but I don't think his power.
What is his rank?
I believe he's number 10.
Number 10. Okay.
Yeah.
So real quick, so if he knocks out Josh Emmett, then obviously definitely he gets ranked up in there.
Yeah.
10 or 9. How would that go? And I
probably 9.
A 9. Okay. And I've also heard with his rising star status as far as how entertaining as he is to watch, they actually might try to push him a little bit higher than that. Is what I've heard. Is like
I'll try to give him a higher ranked opponent.
Higher ranked opponent. Yeah.
Yeah, they could do that, but I think Josh Emmett is just such an easy win for him right now.
Sure.
Okay,
yeah. Cool.
Josh Emmett's just a really big, powerful overhand, and he's not more powerful than Drew Dober.
Not more powerful than Drew Dober.
No.
Dober, and he doesn't have. I wouldn't say that he has
grappling ability.
Well, not really grappling ability, but like just style. He seems like a very basic, punch and duck kind of fighter.
Yeah, slip and throw that big meaty hook over.
Right, exactly. Right, and John seems a little bit more like he can kind of maneuver.
More versatile.
More versatile, yeah. Man. All right, and then what's the next fight you'd like to see?
Peyton Talbot versus Adrian Yanez.
Okay.
So this is very similar to the last one we just went over, except Adrian Yanez isn't ranked. This is pretty much just a perfect opportunity to get Peyton Talbot just under the rankings. These are two very interesting strikers at bantamweight. Adrian Yanez, he's probably around like top 20 unofficially, of course. But Peyton Talbot, if there's any openings where you get knocked out by Peyton Talbot, he'll probably get you right now.
Man, I just really love fighters and I like that we're going over this list because I really love fighters that are like John Silva and Peyton Talbot and the Max Holloways it's like they're all BMFs. Like I think UFC should just be 100% BMF. If you're not BMF, then why are you here? Yeah. So I'm really excited to see a new wave of really high intense energy fighters coming into the contenders spots.
A lot more entertaining.
Yeah. Exactly, a lot more entertaining. Hopefully, it'll bring some more people to the UFC with these big, awesome fights. Let's go ahead and go to the next fight. What do you got?
Speaking of entertaining, this right here got fight of the night written all over it. Yair Rodriguez versus Diego Lopez.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. So that's an interesting one. I'm excited to hear what you have to say about who you think would win something like
that. This all comes down to, it could be kind of a coin flip. It all comes down to, can Diego Lopez close the distance and try to get some of his jiu-jitsu off, or will he get caught by Yair, who can catch you with anything? I think, we made that video about him.
Right.
He's got the inverted elbow, the switch kick.
Was he number 6, number 7?
Yair in the rankings?
Yeah. No, in the video.
Oh, he was number 7.
If you guys haven't seen that top 10 video, you need to go check that out. All right, so back to Yair versus Diego. How is that going to go down?
Well, right now, I kind of lean more towards Yair. He's higher ranked, but Diego Lopez can definitely get this. If he's able to blitz through, get in the clinch, take him down, and lock in a darce or something, it could be game over for Yair.
How is Yair's grappling skills?
I actually think he might have more submissions than he does knockouts, at least in his early career before he got to the UFC.
Right.
But he was beaten by Ortega, and that's essentially what Ortega did. He was able to just get in there and eventually get the takedown and sub him. That was his last loss. But I feel the Yair comeback coming soon. He's currently on a 2-fight losing streak. First time I think he's ever been on a losing streak in his career. So he could have that new motivation.
All right. Awesome, man. We're looking forward to that fight. Who's next on your list?
We got Tatsuro Taira versus either Brandon Moreno or Brandon Royval.
Okay. And go ahead and walk us through that one.
Whichever Brandon it is, they're either 2nd or 3rd ranked in the flyweight division right now. Tatsuro Taira, he's number 8, coming off his win against Alex Perez. He's a jiu-jitsu fighter coming out of Japan, and he's good. He is undefeated right now. He's kind of like Japanese Khabib out here.
So you got one more fight on your list. What's the last fight that you have on your list you'd like to see?
I'd like to see Wonder Boy versus Michael Venom Page. This is a striker's dream. This is, there could be either fight of the nights here. They both have a karate, taekwondo kind of styles, flashy kicks, hands down, side stance.
Right. So, I mean, it looks like, and I think all of these could be possibilities. I know Diego just fought recently. John Silva just fought recently. I think John Silva got he didn't get torn up, but he got a little bit of damage to him. So he might want to take a little bit of time to recover.
Oh yeah, he did get caught with one kind of big shot.
Right. And Drew Dober got his eye stitched up, of course. There's pictures on that internet if you want to see him all stitched up too. All right, man. So, there's a lot of good fights that's on your list, and I think a lot of them could pan out. I do know that Diego fought recently, and I know that John Silva fought recently. So we'll have to see about those.
Oh, yeah. I don't think that's too much to worry about. These are both guys. I mean, Gene, he came on short notice against Dober.
Right. That's what I was going to say. Yeah, he fought on short notice against Dober, and I think it was only like a 2-week 2-week gap before since his last fight or something like that.
And everybody knows Diego's the guy to call on short notice. He made his debut short notice.
Okay. Oh yeah, right on. Yeah. A lot of interesting news that's going to be coming out here pretty soon. We're definitely going to be keeping our eye on it. And no matter what the fights are, we're going to be keeping track and making sure we do some news videos on 306 fights. So don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you guys then.
See you then.